Hello, my dear. Do you know why I called you here? I have a serious conversation with you. Please sit down. Tell me, why are you still with me? Why do you cling to this friendship despite all the horrors I've committed? Can't you see that I am a monster, a ruthless and heartless creature who deserves only contempt and hatred? I've killed, I've tortured, I've ruined lives. And all for what? For the pathetic illusion of power and immortality. But you stand by me no matter what. Your loyalty is unwavering. Your friendship, unwavering. Can't you see that I am not worthy of such loyalty? That I am but a shadow of a man, devoid of true feeling and emotion. I lost my humanity long ago, trading it for a lust for power. Perhaps you see in me what I no longer see in myself. The remnants of humanity, the barely smouldering embers of what I once was. Or maybe your friendship is an expression of the boundless mercy and compassion that I am not worthy of. But despite all my sins, all the crimes I have committed, you do not turn your back on me. You cling tenaciously to the hope that somewhere deep inside me, there is still a spark of goodness. Oh, if you only knew how hard it is for me to accept your love. Every time I see your face, I am reminded of what I could have become if I had not turned down this path of destruction and pain. You may not really know what you're dealing with. Love, I cannot love. You see, just because I tell you I love you doesn't mean I do. I don't feel anything, and I think love is weak and stupid. If I start feeling attached, it will interfere with my plans. Do you understand? You know, in spite of everything, I've had a similar feeling to what you might call love. And spending all that time with you made me realize that you were more than just a friend. And yet, after everything I said to you, when I was angry and yelling at you, you didn't turn your back on me. Why? Do you still think I'm a good person? Do you think I'm cute? No, I'm not cute at all. While you stand with your back to me, I can meanly stick a knife into you and leave you to die. Even here, being in the room with me, you think that you are safe. But is it? Think yourself. Do you need such a relationship? Why are you silent? Do you still want to stay with me? Holy Merlin, I can't believe it. What's wrong with you? Why do you want to be with me, even after everything I said to you? Do you really like being under someone's power? Or do you have other reasons? Or do I understand that you have strange hobbies? Do you like meeting Dark Lords? Interesting. You know, you're pretty out of the ordinary. I mean, you're different from other people. Even though you know I'm not a very nice person, you still love me and hope for something. But it's that character trait of yours that's appealing. I don't know why, but I like you. It's the first time I've encountered someone I can't understand. I really don't understand what it is that makes you stick around and help me. But there's nothing I can do to help. I made that choice myself. How I love charming people like you. Stupid people who think I'm a handsome guy with dark hair who won't do them any harm. But eventually, they find out that's not true at all. Sometimes behind the good looks, there's a real monster. But you probably already know that. I've wanted to tell you for a long time that I appreciate your loyalty. To be honest, I don't fully trust people yet. But being with you is the first time I feel like I can trust someone. In this cruel world, there are few people you can trust. I've learnt that since I was a child. Even as a child, I showed a lot of cruelty. I had no problem killing an animal, and I didn't feel a shred of regret. And you know why I did it? Because I didn't care. I wanted to see those wretched beasts tortured and drowning in their own blood. I wanted to feel stronger than them. How can you be so calm about it? Are you still sure you can love me when you know I've done such bad things? You know, sometimes I envy your confidence. You're still sitting in this room looking at me like nothing happened. You don't say anything, but even without words, I can see how you feel about me. Your loyalty wounds me deeper than any blade, for it reminds me of what I have lost, of that part of myself that I foolishly rejected for a pitiful semblance of immortality. And yet, your presence keeps me from finally falling into darkness. Maybe one day your friendship will help me find redemption, but right now, it's the only thing keeping me from losing my humanity. Sometimes your belief that somewhere deep inside me there is still a spark of humanity hurts me almost physically, for it forces me to remember what I could have become if I had not succumbed to the lure of power and immortality. It's at times like this that I hate myself even more. I hate myself for recklessly rejecting the best part of myself, my humanity, for the empty appearance of greatness. I have betrayed myself, trading genuine feelings and emotions for a parody clad in a cloak of fear and cruelty. And yet you do not turn away. You stubbornly believe that somewhere beneath that mask of evil is still the man I once was. And that faith, it keeps me from falling into the abyss of madness. Sometimes I think your friendship is the only thing keeping me from losing touch with reality. It reminds me that I was once a human being, not a soulless shell driven by a lust for power. And in rare moments of insight, I begin to hope that maybe one day your faith in me will help me find redemption, to rekindle the part of myself that I buried so foolishly. But it's just a dream, nothing more. Every day is a test of will and self-control for me. There is a hurricane of emotions raging inside me all the time. Rage, anger, thirst for destruction. They are like hungry beasts breaking free from their cages. It becomes more and more difficult to hold back this madness each time. These impulses are like molten lava, ready to burst the dam and burn everything around. At times like this, I feel an almost animal fear of myself. I know what I'm capable of if I lose control for even a moment. My cruelty knows no bounds when it takes over. My mind becomes a bloody veil, and I become a monster. Sometimes it seems that this eternal battle with my own demons is doomed to failure. My love, you can't even imagine what torture it is for me to feel any emotion. They sting me like 1,000 poisonous stings, piercing my soul. Ever since I let the darkness take hold of me, my feelings have been like bodily torture. Every flash of joy, sorrow, or compassion is an unbearable agony. Perhaps this is payback for all the crimes I have committed, the wrongs I have nurtured in my heart, like poisonous seeds. Now they have sprouted and poisoned my ability to feel anything but misery. And yet, for your sake, I fight this agony, trying to tease out the crumbs of humanity still hidden in the depths of my being, hoping that someday they will help me regain the ability to feel true emotion. But alas, the battle grows more hopeless with each passing day. The demons that have nested in my soul are fiercely resisting. They bite into me with their poisonous fangs, seeking to bury forever what little is left of the man I once was. And in those moments, I hate myself even more. I hate myself for my own weakness, for my inability to overcome the rotten decay growing inside me like leprosy. But your presence, your unwavering loyalty gives me a shred of hope. reminds me that perhaps one day I may find redemption. Love. This feeling for me is like an impassable thicket in which I am hopelessly lost. I don't know what it is. I don't know how to find it or give it in return. Too much hatred, too much anger and cruelty have eaten away at my soul. They have poisoned the very ability to love, as if scattering ashes in the wind. When I try to grasp this feeling, only misery and anguish come to me instead. For someone so deep in darkness, love is just another torture. I only hurt you. You have to watch the daily agony of my torn soul, see the demons tormenting me, gnawing greedily at the remnants of what was once human. And every time you reach out to me, trying to pull me out of this abyss, I only sink deeper into the darkness, because I don't know how to love back. It's like a forbidden, tantalizing fruit that I can never taste. Forgive me. Forgive me for not being able to accept your love and give it in return. I have so mutilated my soul that I don't even know how to do it. I can only watch in silence as you try day after day to awaken in me what I may have irretrievably lost. I hope after this conversation you realize what kind of man I am. I can't give you what you want. And if you're willing to take that risk, think carefully. Do you want it? The choice is yours.